Hi, this is Maginoni, and here's my review for Bianca's The Legacy. Um, Bianca was a six-part miniseries that came out or originally started in 1999, and this is the first two volumes, or first two chapters, I should say. Bianca, this OVA here, this is actually based on another title called Bianca, which came out a few years earlier than that, and this, of course, it was hugely popular among the fan base, so they made a loose sequel. Now, what really made this popular is the fact that it was space pirates, and the crew were all, cute girls. So it truly ignited the fan base for, this type of show. Who else wouldn't want to see hot girls with armor, guns, shooting things, and spaceships flying around type thing? With this one here, they kind of took a step up with the creative process because they use a lot more CG work, and the animation quality, for it being old, it actually still kind of holds up. And now, granted, it's not going to look like anything like what you would normally see on anime today, but if you look at it, you can actually see where, it actually is really nicely well done. And it still does have a little bits and pieces of it that looks old school, but it wasn't that painful for me to watch this one. Now, I only have the first two volumes. I don't have the third one, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the third, at least cheaply. I got this off of The Right Stuff, and I think it was like $3 or $4 or something like that, something obscenely cheap. So I don't really want to spend $20 just to get one more final volume. Bianca is basically, like I mentioned earlier, it's a story of space pirates, and in this story here, there's a couple things that were going on. One is they were looking for a gun. There was a gun that was in an auction, and it was supposed to be like this historical relevant masterpiece of a gun, and there was somebody who was going to go to the auction to purchase it, and while that's going on, then you had the people who owned it were trying to basically rise the bid up, and then you had the crew of the Bianca there trying to deal with the guy and then the gun. While that was going on, you also have another character named May, who is a young girl, and then she stows away on board, and then they have a new quest, which is to find her parents. And the dubbing, I don't know, it's hard for me to say if I really like the dubbing or not. Here's the backside, by the way. Now, the dubbing, I first started it with dubbed, English dub on. And I was like, okay, it's not too bad, it's not horrible, it's not as bad as I thought remember it. And then I heard the voice of May, and then I quickly grabbed the remote control and hit Japanese. It was like a very fast motion reaching for that remote. So I clicked it onto Japanese, I was like, and then the voice was equally just as bad in Japanese. I was like, oh my god, I just can't win. But I kept it on Japanese from that moment on, and the one thing I can say is if you were really turned off or annoyed by the current crop of English voice actors, like Johnny and Vic and Crispin and those guys, this is a whole different crop of people. I think Wendy Lee is the only one that might still be doing something now, and so you don't really, it's not as, I guess you can say it's a little bit more of a fresh air type thing, because you don't have those same voices every single time. It's different, slightly different. With this DVD here, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay, you have, it's like all laser hologram thing. So right over here is a Bianca, and I know you can't tell, but there's the ship over here. And then it comes with the Pioneer card where it says, here's what you get on the DVD. And if you'd like to contact us, learn more about our products, here's that. And here's something else that was kind of interesting that I found. It came with this comment card. Now, if you remember comment cards nowadays, they pretty much just say, what do you like? And it goes by maybe genre. This one pointed out specific titles, like which titles do you have in your library. This tells you how old the DVD is because it actually lists every single title that was out at the time. That way, they knew exactly what your collection looked like. Versus, well, geez, I buy 5 DVDs a year and I like comedies. You know, so it was a totally different time back then. And let's see, with this DVD, you get the, of course, the interactive menu with motion, music, and sound. It's bilingual. You get English and Japanese audio, digital, Dolby Digital 5.1, 2.0 with both languages. There's a special extended length trailer, music clip, and there's a 3D model test. Overall, if you're looking for something a little bit different and you don't really want to invest a lot of money, this is one of those titles that I would say definitely give it a try. There's some action in it, and because this is an OVA, it's not. It gets to the point. You know, it's not like a TV drama where it's like they have to stretch out the story. This goes, we have only 6 episodes to tell our story, so let's get it done, and get it done as efficiently as we can. And so the story moves along pretty well. There is some action. There's not a lot of action, as like what I would hope for, but it's more of it centers, like I said, a little bit more on story, and then when they go to the second episode, there's a lot of they do some interesting things where there's like a boat, and there's like they have to basically walk the path of the dead and stuff like that. And by that I mean it's like the way the boat goes and stuff, the direction the boat goes. And overall, I mean, it was decent. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching the second one, but since I don't have the 3rd volume, it's not like I'm going to be like all that excited because I'm not going to be able to finish it. But as a standalone sheepy, it's not that bad. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think, and I'll put up more reviews later. So until next time.